the past. So something's beginning to change. I'm beginning to Hello and happy Friday. I'm Tracy and this is The Way That I See It. Thank you for tuning in. It is Friday and it is weigh-in day for me, so we are going to jump right in today. I am just going to show you what I did on the scale today. It was a pretty good day. If you can see, like I said, I'm not sure why I even do this, but I try to be highly accountable. Down 0.6 today, 0.6. So that brings my Weight Watchers total to 26.6, down for this round of being on Weight Watchers, 43.6 pounds completely and totally on my Weight Watchers journey as a whole. So let's talk about what happened this week. Am I happy? Yeah, I'm happy. It's another week going in the right direction, right? I wish that it was more. I would have hoped that it was more. And there's a couple of reasons why I wanted to see a little bit better loss on the scale, but I'm not mad or upset. I'm still playing around with things with the new Freestyle program, and I want to tell you a little bit about it. So this week, what were some of the highlights of this week that got me to a 0.6 pound loss? This week I got my booty up, and on Tuesday I found that in my workout after I finished my Zumba class, I was not dead dog tired like I have been in the past. So something's beginning to change. I'm beginning to get a little stronger. So I got on the scale, I got on the treadmill. Okay, slow down, head. I got on the treadmill and I walked for another 12 minutes. So I burned 1,143 calories in one session. So I used to be that girl a long time ago. I literally, in my earlier years, I used to do 2 and 3 workouts a day, and not because I had to, but because I loved it that much. I literally can get addicted to exercise. So it's kind of cool to begin to see that part of my personality peek through a little bit more with my exercising, and to see that my body and my stamina is beginning to rise to that occasion as well. So I talked about that in my 2-minute motivation, which is a new series that I'm going to start doing on Wednesdays, just to kind of keep us both, you and I, inspired, put some challenges out there so that we can be competing against our old self and getting to our best self. Some things that I noticed that were different this week as to why I may not have seen as good of a loss as I have been seeing in the past couple weeks. Now, we have to be really realistic here. 5 pounds 2 weeks ago, another pound on top of that last week. So it just may be my time to kind of chill a little bit on the scale. So like I said, I'm not stressing. I'm not gonna be crazy about this and think that I'm supposed to be dropping humongous numbers every week. That hasn't been my body. If my body wants to try to change things up and go there, I'm great. But for right now, I'm okay with the 0.6. But a couple things that I could have done better this week that I will be looking out for in the week to come. Water. My goodness, you guys, my water, I think if I got a good cup, or I'd say, what is this bottle right here? 33 ounces. See, in my head, I'm thinking that this is like 50 ounces. It's not even 50 ounces. I think I might have gotten one of these in every day. Another thing was, and I have to bring this up because this was so important. In our meeting today, there was a lady that raised her hand, and I felt so bad for her because I could see on her face that she was just at that point, like at that breaking point. You know, we all get to that point where we're just like, I'm done, I've had it, this is not working for me. Ask me about it. Ask me about last year, how many times I felt like, you know, this is it, I'm done. She said that this freestyle program was just not working for her, and here was the reason that she said that because there's so many 0 points foods, and those 0 point foods were her go-to foods that she ate all the time, like chicken breast and you know, yogurt, things like that. She said she's finding now that she feels an allowance to overindulge, and so she's finding that she's turning to her trigger foods a little bit more. Like she said this week she had a piece of cake, and that one piece of cake turned into 2 pieces of cake. So I get it, because sometimes we can blame exterior things on what's really going on in us. I've been there. Initially, the first 2 weeks of this program, I kind of agreed with her. I did. I kind of agreed with that perspective, and I said, oh no, even though they took the points away, I struggle with candy. I struggle with sugar. So if I eat all these 0 points foods, then I'm gonna think that I can just go wild banshee on all the cakes and the cookies that I want. Well, guess what? No, I realized that I can't. And the thing that reined me back in was that I had to remember, and if you've been watching, you probably might have remembered when I said we have to remember on this program that the things that did not work for our body back on the old program are not just magically all of a sudden going to work for our body now. So for me, I know my body doesn't process sweets very well, right? My body doesn't process humongous portions of carbs and a little bit of protein. So why do I think that just because the program changed, that all of a sudden I should be able to eat all of the stuff that didn't work before? So I didn't get a chance to share this with this lady, but hopefully we'll get to see her next week and talk to her a little bit. We talked a little bit in general, and of course my leader addressed it, and maybe it just needed more time than we could address in the meeting. But I wanted to tell her that's not Freestyle, the program's fault, that we have trigger foods, and that we're gonna have those trial and error periods when we introduce something and it works or it doesn't work, and then we have to realize very quickly, I've got to take that right back out of my plan. You know what? There is no reason why I need to have a key lime pie in my house every week. There is no way. That is like the ticket to not being successful anymore. So I wanted to also take a moment and answer a few questions from the comment section this week. Thank you all for all of your discussion, for your compliments, just for showing up. I love it because we're really just building our own little community out here of support. So thank you so much for your support to me, and I really hope that the videos are a support to you and an encouragement to you. You all are so awesome. So Mother of One on Weight Watchers and Marion McDonald both asked the same question. What is a Weight Watchers ambassador? And of course I've covered this for a little bit, but stick with me, people that have already heard about it. There's a few new faces. Welcome to you all. As a Weight Watchers ambassador, I was contacted by Weight Watchers back in November of last year. They noticed me mainly on Instagram and also out here on YouTube, and they said that they found my posts and my engagement inspiring. And so after we had a conversation about it, they then asked me to be a part of their ambassadors. And so as an ambassador, we are the people who get an opportunity to try new Weight Watchers products a little bit earlier than the general public. We can start the program a little earlier, just like we just rolled out the Freestyle program. Well, the ambassadors got an opportunity to try the new program well in advance, so being a part of the test community for some of the new Weight Watchers products. Also, they are the people that you see on the commercials, on the posters in your meeting room, and on brochures, that type of thing. So it's very exciting. We get an opportunity to share our Weight Watchers journey with you through social media. So that's how we were discovered. There is no application process. There is no auditioning or anything like that. It is something that the Weight Watchers social media team, they are constantly scoping and watching for people, and they are the ones that decide. So that is how you become a Weight Watchers ambassador, and also what is an ambassador. Hopefully I answered those two questions together. Kim Tucker asked, how do I store my food and take it along with me during the day? Because I've mentioned that I am constantly in my car, I'm always traveling during my day. Kim, if I had a wonderful way of doing that, I would show you, but honestly, that is something that I do not have a great system for. I'm usually not the biggest meal prepper, but when I do package things, it is just in foil. It is just in, I take the Glad storage little buckets, bowls, you know, the typical things that you can buy in the grocery store, even from the dollar store. And just, I try to get the ones that are, you know, the harder plastic with the lids and things like that. But I really have no system. I actually am very excited for one of the new kitchen products that Weight Watchers just sent me, is an actual lunch container. So hopefully I'll be revving that up a little bit and having a little bit more organization in that department. But no, I am not going to lie to you and make you think that I have a fantastic way of doing that. Right now it is just those bowls, buckets, aluminum foil in whatever grocery bag that I have. So you've inspired me. I think that I might kind of do a little overhaul and see if I can't get a better way of doing that. So lastly, my last question is from Emily Smith, and she asked how I count my craft beer. So I mentioned in one of my videos that my love and I on the weekends will often go out, try new places, and one of the things that we do enjoy, there's a big community here in Florida for craft beers. And so she asked, how do I count that? And it is very difficult. So I have found that the best way to count is to ask a lot of questions from the server. Oftentimes they'll have some information from behind the scenes. Of course, there's nothing on tap, you know, or whatever for information, nutritional information. So a lot of times it comes into a lot of guesstimation, and there's where I can get myself into trouble. MyFitnessPal has been a great solution for that. There are a lot of craft beers, if they're a little bit more well-known, that are on there. It's also great information for almost anything, because the nutritional value, so many people use MyFitnessPal, that nutritional value is in there, and then you can just plug it into your Weight Watchers app once you know the fat and the sugar and the carbs and fiber, all that stuff. Just get that from MyFitnessPal, put it in your Weight Watchers app. If it's a craft beer that I love and we're gonna buy it again, then I will even go as far as to call the company that produces it and ask those questions, because that is something that hopefully they will be able to tell you what the nutritional values are. There's usually not a whole lot of protein and things like that in craft beers, so usually what you're gonna get are the calories. All right, so I hope that answers those questions. You guys keep those questions coming. I'll try to answer a few of them with each week's video on weigh-in day. This week in the meeting room, we went over the topic Freestyle Your Tools, which was mainly focused on the app, the Weight Watchers app. So we talked about that. I will come back tomorrow with my video just kind of discussing this. This is a good one, very near and dear to my heart, because I love the app. I love social media, so I will have some tips that definitely have to do with the Weight Watchers app, but also other things around social media that may help you as well. So I'm going to go ahead and close out today. If you haven't seen my videos for this week, I posted a 2-minute motivation on Wednesday. I did not have as many what I ates this week, so that is something that I'm going to try to get back into the habit of doing again for you a little bit more, and I think that it may help me as well. So thank you for tuning in. Thank you again for just being here, and I hope you have a fantastic day. I want to know how you did on the scale this week, and I want to know what worked for you, what didn't, where you're struggling, and where your victories are so I can cheer you on as well. All right. And if you haven't already, please take a moment to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to check that notification bell and make sure it's on so you don't miss any videos. I love having you as a part of our Way I See It community. Thanks for watching. We'll see you soon.